Welcome back, everybody. This is BMC Collectibles. My name is Alex. Today we have one case of 2024. Why do I keep not changing the number? It would be very helpful if I'd stop doing that. Okay, 2024 Leaf Pro Set Pure Football. While we get started, please like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at bmc.collectibles and save us as a seller on eBay. Also need to mention there's no pictures necessary for the link down in the description. Great news. This is the last break of the day, which means we are back on track, everybody. Again, we are extremely sorry for any inconvenience the listing errors may have caused. We'll try to make sure it never happens again. Of course, mistakes do happen, but we also know the mistakes. We also know the mistakes are bound to happen. There's no way to really stop them, so we have to try to balance that. But we are back on track now. Going forward, if you do want an invoice, just send a message. Because I'll either send them that night or the morning after. Just because I cannot stay up every night doing it. Just did it for these listings because needed to share the schedule. All right, starting off with box number 1. Good luck. Emmitt Smith, 21 of 49. Bucky Irving, 11 of 49. Kamani Vidal, 19 of 49. Malik Washington, 6 of 6. Jaquan Jackson, 3 of 6. Jalen Wright, 3 of 15. And T-Mac, Ted Tyroa McMillan, 15 of 15. Just a reminder, I will be sleeving and top loading between each box. This won't be a thing for too much longer, although I am going on a short little trip shortly after Beef gets back, so things will be normal for about 2 weeks. And then it's just Beef on his own. Because I'm far away from home, and I like to see my family. All right. On to the next one. When is the draft? I think the draft is next week. That is extremely exciting. Next week or end of this week or something. I can't remember. I think it's next week. The 26th or something. Ricky Pearsall, 6 of 25. Carson Beck, 16 of 49. Antonio Brown, 28 of 49. Isaiah Bond, 3 of 5. He was in the news recently for not great stuff. Ashton Daniels, 3 of 5. Elijah Badger, 3 of 8. And Drew Aller, 5 of 6. All right. On to the next one. Ashton Genty, 49 of 49. Spencer Rattler, 25 of 75. Brock Vandegrift, 16 of 49. Davius Richard, 5 of 10. Anthony Gold, 1 of 1. Luke McCaffrey, 15 of 15. And Bucky Irving, 1 of 4. I know we have a guy who buys Bucky and loves Bucky. All right. On to the next one. Dick Butkus, 19 of 49. Peyton Houston, 18 of 25. DJ Uigalele, 16 of 49. Max Brosmer, 6 of 6. Spencer Rattler, 6 of 15. Taj Brooks, 1 of 2. And a quadography, Juju Lewis, Jared Curtis, George McIntyre, and Brady Smeagol. 3 of 3 on the quad auto. That is our first card from this break. Going to our favorite people over at random.org. You guys know the drill. All right. On to the next one. Luke Altmaier, 3 of 25. Joe Montana, 14 of 25. Braylon Allen, 23 of 25. Dylan Laub, 3 of 15. Travion Henderson, 2 of 4. Jan Stenerud, 2 of 6. And this next one is nice. Quadography for Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jeff Garcia, and Brock Purdy. 1 of 1 on that quad. Oh boy. That is our second quad. That is going to be quite the clincher. That one even more so than the other, if I do say so. You got Purdy. Good luck. Good luck. All right. Thank you. I need it lately. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Isaiah Bond, 52 of 75. Jerry Rice, 20 of 25. DJ Uigalele, 12 of 25. Javon Baker, 3 of 7. John Rice Plumlee, 6 of 8. Kendall Milton, 2 of 3. And, oh boy, RB1, 2 of 3 for Ashton Jeanty. Man, I am bullish on Ashton Jeanty. Ever since the Oregon game, which I believe was an early game for them in the season. He ran all over Oregon, and I was like, oh my. And if it were up to me, I'd kind of draft him at 4. But that's also probably a reason why I'm not there, and I'm here doing this instead. That's not going to stop me from saying it. But positional value, yada, yada, yada. Terrell Davis, 5 of 15. Alan Bowman, 17 of 49. Jalen Polk, 5 of 5. Casey Washington, 1 of 6. Cornelius Johnson, 1 of 6. Carter Bradley, 1 of 4. And LFG auto for Mr. Miami, Carson Beck. I love these die cuts. I think they're so nice. All right. Let's see what's next. Rob Gronkowski, 15 of 49. Haynes King, 17 of 49. Noah Fafita, 1 of 5. Brock Vandegrift, 1 of 10. Jeff Garcia, 10 of 10. Daijun Edwards, 1 of 1. And dual auto for Devin Leary and Emory Jones, 3 of 5 on that. Box number 9. Dallas Turner, 10 of 49. Bill Parcells, 20 of 49. Audric Estime, 15 of 49. Dominic Lovett, 2 of 4. Tez Johnson, 3 of 3. Peyton Houston, 1 of 8. And this is sick. Rob Gronkowski, 2 of 8 on the auto. Buccaneers jersey, but honestly, I'm not mad at that. That's you? Nice. Maybe we're breaking out of our little slump. Not too bad of a day today. I think you said you hit the Cam Ward. You got the Gronk auto now. And you're in the running for that quad auto. Maybe getting the quad auto would break the slump. Unfortunately, I can't control that. All right, box number 10. Yeah, the last day, yeah, I remember when I was doing the shipping, I looked through your order and I was like, you are not lying. Sometimes people, they'll buy, a few spots and not hit and be like, wow, I didn't hit anything, but you really had a ton of spots and I think only got like 1 or 2 cards out of it. Yeah. Ashton Daniels, 9 of 49. Cameron Ward, 42 of 49. Anthony Gold, 36 of 49. Devin Neal, 8 of 10. Malachi Nelson, 10 of 10. Jermaine Jackson, 3 of 6. And Dylan Gabriel, 4 of 8. You have Jerry Rice, Antonio Brown, and Terrell Davis. Nice. I think you've got a Antonio Brown and Terrell Davis so far. Only a couple more boxes left. Both non-auto, I believe, unfortunately. But a hit is a hit. Yeah, he does. Rice does pop up a lot in pure. When you see enough of certain products, you start to pick up on the patterns and stuff. And you are correct. Him, Anthony Munoz shows up a ton. Like Jay Novacek shows up a ton. Peyton Manning, 33 of 49. Steve Young, 20 of 49. Jamari Thrash, 15 of 25. Jonathan Brooks, 11 of 15. Xavier Legette, 1 of 1. Nice hit. Garrett Nussmeier, 3 of 5. And Eddie George, 4 of 8 on the Legend Auto. Jaden Daniels is the averaged hit card. Wait, really? That is kind of crazy, actually. But I mean, I'm not going to complain. Yes. Yep, that is Messi and Steph Curry. They're both in the multi-sport stuff like crazy. All right, guys, final box of the break and final break of the day. If I have not hit for you, hopefully now is the time when I do. Getting started with Brock Purdy, 16 of 49. Jonathan Brooks, 3 of 10. Blake Shapen, 5 of 10. Caden Salter, 1 of 4. Julian Hicks, 3 of 15. Jalen McMillan, 13 of 15. And closing us out is a duel. Jordan Travis and Malachi Corley, 4 of 6. All right, guys. that will be it from me today. I'm going to finish sleeving and top loading these real quick and then get into a hit recap. If you do not stick around, I completely understand. I don't stick around for them myself. Real quick, I just want to apologize one more time for all the listing errors. It is behind us now. So yeah. Thank you so much for your patience if you've been joining every night. We sincerely, sincerely appreciate it. And hopefully we don't have that happen again. Because it's really inconvenient for everybody involved. All right. Let us get into this hit recap. Emmitt Smith, Bucky Irving, Kamani Vidal, Malik Washington, Jaquan Jackson, Jalen Wright, Ted Tyrell McMillan, Ricky Pearsall, Carson Beck, Antonio Brown, Isaiah Bond, Ashton Daniels, Elijah Badger, Drew Aller, Ashton Genty, Spencer Rattler, Brock Vandegrift, Davius Richards, and Anthony Gold. Luke McCaffrey, Bucky Irving, Dick Butkus, Peyton Houston, DJ Uigalele, Max Brosmer, Spencer Rattler, Taj Brooks, Luke Altmaier, Joe Montana, Braylon Allen, Travion Henderson, Dylan Laub and Travion Henderson. You also want Peyton Manning, Steve Young, and Eddie George. Nice. That means you're in the running for the quad. Jan Stenerud, Isaiah Bond, Jerry Rice, DJ Uigalele, Javon Baker, John Rice Plumley, Kendall Milton, Ashton Genty, Terrell Davis, Alan Bowman, Jalen Polk, Casey Washington, Cornelius Johnson, Carter Bradley, Carson Beck, Rob Gronkowski, Haynes King, Noah Fafita, Brock Vandegrift, Jeff Garcia, Dijon Edwards, Dallas Turner, and Bill Parcells. Audric Estime, Dominic Lovett, Tez Johnson, Peyton Houston, Rob Gronkowski, Ashton Daniels, Cameron Ward, Anthony Gold, Devin Neal, Malachi Nelson, Jermaine Jackson, Dylan Gabriel, Peyton Manning, Steve Young, Jamari Thrash, Jonathan Brooks, Xavier Legette, Garrett Nussmeier, Eddie George, Brock Purdy, Jonathan Brooks, Blake Shapen, Caden Salter, Julian Hicks, and Jalen McMillan. And for our multi-signers, we have a few. Devin Leary and Emery Jones, Jordan Travis and Malachi Corley, Juju Lewis, Jared Curtis, George McIntyre, and Brady Smeagol, and Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jeff Garcia, and Brock Purdy. If you have any of these players or just want to stick around to watch the randoms, give me a minute or two to get this set up, and I will be right back. All right, guys. The way this is going to work is I am going to be rolling a pair of die. The number has to be 3 or higher to be valid. We are then going to randomize each list that amount of times, and the name that comes out on top is going to get the card. Let us see how many times we are rolling. We are going 7 times on each list, starting off with Devin Leary and Emory Jones. That is 6 times. 2 plus 5 is 7. We are going one more time. Good luck. Devin Leary taking home the first duel. On to Jordan Travis and Malachi Corley. That is 6 times. 2 plus 5 is 7. We are going to go one more time. Jordan Travis taking home the second duel. Our first quad, Juju Lewis, Jared Curtis, George McIntyre, and Brady Smeagol. That is 6 times. You guys know we have one more time. Good luck. Juju Lewis taking home the first quad, and the 1-of-1 49ers quad, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jeff Garcia, and Brock Purdy. You guys know the deal. We have to go 7 times. That is 6. One more time. Good luck. And Brock Purdy taking home the 1-of-1 quad. All right, guys. Thank you so much for bearing with us through this, through all of these errors. We are very sorry. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be seeing you again tomorrow. Yeah, have a good rest of your Wednesday. Thank you.